Welcome to the Nutshell 7 celebration again as we are heading to the final days for our celebration. I hope you enjoy and you benefit from the topics that we have been addressing since we started this program last 2 weeks. So we still have more issues to talk about. And I wish there is more space and time that we can tackle all those issues that are worrying us as a nation and that are standing in the way of our country. Progress, peace, stability, and unity, all those. You know, we aim for a country that is great, prosperous, peaceful, united, and has a place on the map of the world in terms of being economically productive, politically stable, socially thriving, and in all these kind of aspects. We are actually a great country and a great nation, and we are very good people. I mean, we deserve better. I know things went wrong in 2013, but this doesn't mean that we cannot correct things, and this is why we are here for. It's not because we hate anyone. It's not because we are against anyone. But we are against wrongdoing. We are against things that really harm our country, our unity as a nation. So that's why we work day and night to fix those things in many different ways. Writing, advising, consulting, talking, criticizing. All these kind of activities are aimed to fix things, fix policies, fix decision, fix action. We are there to fix things and correct things. We have no problem with any leader. Our problem is those who are holding us back, who are hindering our progress and our unity, our peace, security as a nation. So, as you know, that the Nutshell has been writing a lot about issues, and we will be still writing. We have a lot of issues that are very important for us to address if things have to be right. I know nobody is perfect, even us who criticize, we are not perfect. But we are all trying our best as human beings. We are trying our best to achieve the best we can. So in this context, that's why you see us trying to correct things. It's not because we want to show off or things like that. So today, I'm trying to talk about public services, which is really very important in terms of providing quality public services, so our nation can prosper, can develop, can get the service they deserve and they need. That's why we need to have a public servants that are qualified, that are honest, skilled, educated, and loyal to the nation, more than have to be loyal to political leaders or to their political parties. You know, at the end of the day, it is all about country and the nation. You see, so we all of us, we have to be proud about ourselves as a nation and about our country. If we serve it right and we serve it good and well, then our country will have a great place, not just only in our heart, but all around the world. So the point here is, we think that South Sudan is really not getting the right place or the right dignity, esteem, and among the countries of the world. Self-esteem, I mean like recognition. And I know we are very good people, and we are hardworking, and we deserve more. That's why when we see things going wrong, we see that we have a responsibility to correct those things. So public services is one of the important aspect or sector in terms of serving the country well. So that's why we have public offices and public servants or officers who must have certain characteristic, certain qualification. It have to be open, diverse for all South Sudanese, that they have to compete with their qualification and not necessarily their tribes, clans, because this is the way only South Sudan can go forward. And we can create a public services that is inclusive, that is productive, effective, efficient, and we will see that kind of public services in the result of what they are doing. So our citizens can get the services they want. Our country can be uprighted and can progress forward. So why we need a public services that is open to all to compete through qualification and through good characters, personalities. So it's not something that have to be recommended through Nepotism, through tribalism, or through any kind of discrimination factors. So if a woman is qualified to hold that job, let that woman be in that job. If a person of any tribe is qualified to hold that job or to occupy that job, let him or her occupy that job. This will benefit the country, and all of us will feel good that each one of us can have that job. Each one of us can dream big and can prosper, can grow. No one is going to feel like being marginalized, like being isolated, like being discriminated. So we will have dreams, we will have motivation, we will we'll have this kind of hope which motivate people. I mean, when I go to school, I know that I will be somebody in my country one day. So I will work hard. I know that I will have a chance to be president. I know that I will have a chance to be a director of any department. I know that I will be a minister. Those are the things that keep the country operating from lower level to higher level. I mean, from being a primary student to progressing to be a university student. So if I don't have that motivation, and I know that even though I am educating myself, staying night and days, reading books, doing my assignment, but at the end, I will not be appointed as a director. There is certain positions that are meant for certain tribes, certain people, certain genders. I think we don't have interest in such a system because it doesn't give us any benefit at the end. It just destroys our country. It destroys our society. It doesn't give us hope. It doesn't give our country that much dynamic of moving forward or coming together as a nation or feeling like we are a nation. Certain section of the nation will feel marginalized, will feel discriminated. So we have to avoid all this kind of bad and negative setting. Here, that's why I believe that the public service system have to be really set on clear agenda, clear system, clear setting, that we know that everything is running smooth and running openly clear. I mean, in terms of decision making, in terms of administration, in terms of financial resources, transparency, inclusiveness, diversity, all these kind of good aspects that encourage our public service system to be great. So here, point number one is the public position of public offices. That's supposed to be open for all our countries, men and women, so they can compete on it openly. And the qualified person will have to occupy those positions, so they serve our country with loyalty, with quality, high performance, and with great expected result. This is what we are intended to. In achieving such, that means that we have to create a system for all that is inclusive, that is fair, that is well designed to serve certain objective. At the end result, that someone have to be adding something of value to the ministry or the department that he or she is going to be foresighting. So if today I am appointed as a minister of information technology or information minister, so based on my qualification, I will have an agenda. I will have a certain objective that at the end of my tenure or my uh, my administration will be there as achievement of Mr. Shuar, achievement of Mr. Wu or Mr. Su. You know, when he was or when she was a minister of that and minister of this. You know, and also there have to be also if I'm shot, I did not achieve anything, then someone else will come and be appointed. So he or she will add value in that department or that minister. You know, at the end of all these things, if the Minister of Finance and Minister of Information, Minister of Agriculture, Minister of Economic Planning, Minister of Foreign Affairs, they all add value in their time, you see, you will see that it will reflect generally to the country, you see, and the country will progress and will build up, you see, positively. But if I am appointed today and then we'll just consume the budget of the department or in building myself and wasting public money, and then there will not be money for development projects, money for public services. So that means that is a negative result at the end. Negative result to the minister or to the department, and then also negative or a setback to the country. So that's why actually public services is very important. If you see as we are on the neck of President Salva or Dr. Rega or all those kind of people we are criticizing every single day, it's not because we hate them, but it's because those leaders are really very important in terms of country progress. At the end of the day, if they don't see their work, the nation will get affected, the country will get affected. So that's why we try always to remind them that your positions are very sensitive, very, very crucial for progress of the nation and progress of the country, the stability, peace, security of the country and the nation. So that means that they have to pay attention to everything. They have to pay attention to their subordinate officials who are working for them. So they are expecting to have a good legacy. They are expecting also to have approval of their people and nation at the end. So this is why you are a leader. You don't have to be a leader so you fail. You are a leader because you want to succeed. You want to add something. You want to be remembered. You want to be respected. You see, as we have some leader right now, we will never forget leader that added something of value to our nation progress or freedom, liberation. Those leaders, we will never forget them. They will be alive through generation to come. This is actually the function or the objective of trying to be a leader or being a leader. And you motivate those who are behind you so they will come also and add something. But it's not only about being on this chair forever, doing nothing, adding something, adding nothing, sorry. So this is not about it, or just staying in this year so you get be called Banya or poor or president or what, all those things. This is not the objective. The objective is you are there to serve these people, provide them hospital, provide them with job, provide them with economic growth, better life standard. They must have sufficient food. They must have medicine. They must be secure. They must have education. They must have electricity, clean water. This is the objective of staying in this year, and you will stay there. As long as you're providing those services, your people will be happy, and then they will elect you every single election. Now, if you're not doing your job right, someone else is willing to do that job right and achieve something to the people. So that's why we need to have election for those public offices that are based on election. And also, because if you are appointed as president, you know that if you underperform, next election your people will not elect you. That's why people must have an open democracy system, that each one of us at the end will have to be renewed or elected by the people that he or she is serving them, you know. So if you fail, someone else will come. But if we don't have leadership renewal, like some people want to stay there for centuries while delivering nothing, you see, by all means, that's not correct. Yeah, that's not correct. It does not add anything to the country. It does not add anything to the nation. It does not even add anything to yourself, because you will, even though you can get rich, you can stay there but there will be a day that you will leave that chair or that position. So you better leave it with a good record, a good legacy. And even your son or your daughter or your relatives can be re-elected one day based on your record, based on your. So it is very important that we have a limited term for all the public offices, and there have to be election, and people will decide who their leader should be in open competition, bidding and campaigning for all this. So you show yourself who you are, what you got, what you are going to do, and people will decide based on that, you see. So in that process, there will have to be a process of campaigning and showing your skill and your qualification and what you want to do, your agenda, your programs. So people will give people a chance to know what is the difference between that candidate and this candidate. What is the difference between their agenda? Who has a better agenda? Who has a better program? And who will really achieve his promises and who will not? This is really a great system, and we have seen it. It is working all around the world. All around the developed nation and developed countries are based on election, you know. So there have to be a leadership renewal, administration renewal, and also there have to be accountability. In that manner, there will be an accountability, even for public fund. If you misuse them, that will be something that will hinder your re-election. Also, you can go to jail or you can be punished in many ways. So this is actually the way that countries progress and countries stay safe and stay secure and stay united because it stay right because they know that there's accountability, there is an open system for everyone, inclusive, diverse. So here, when it comes to public resources or public money that are collected from people, taxation, in many other ways of revenues. So those are public money, and they are intended to be returned to public in different ways. Services such as roads, such as education, such as protection, safety. Safety. So all those things are public services that supposed to be funded by the money collected from the same public. So we need to have a tracking system that track public money from point A to point Z. And I think I have written about this in many of my articles in a nutshell, that there have to be a real tracking system that track public money. So if money are being taken from Minister of Finance to Minister of Roads and Bridges, for example, that there have to be a tracking system, how those money are going to be spent, how they have been spent, what is left, how, and all those things. So in that manner, even you will control the spending. You will you will have control of development projects. You will know your budget. You will know a lot of projects that are being considered to be achieved in long term or short term. So it is very important that we have a transparency, we have accountability, we have a tracking system that tracks public money, because it is all good for us. It is good for our country. We will have services, we will have projects, development projects, and we will have money for employees. Employees will be paid on time, and there is going to be a feeling that this country is functioning. There is going to be a feeling that we are a country that is real. But if there is this frustration that the public money are being misused, laundered, looted, and in many ways, such a feeling doesn't really encourage the nation to be productive, to be loyal to the leadership, because actually that kind of malpractices, it does really hinder the growth of the nation, the development, and all this. So we really need to work on that very hard, because it is for the great benefit of the nation and the country. Thank you.